It's official. Hollywood's latest scandal just took a turn that no one saw coming. Blake Lively, the once beloved actress known for her picture-perfect image, is now at the center of a career-threatening lawsuit. And it's not just any lawsuit. We're talking about a $400 million legal battle that could change everything. But how did it come to this? How did Blake go from Hollywood royalty to standing at the edge of a financial and professional cliff? The answer lies in a shocking feud with actor-director Justin Baldoni, one that's dragging both their careers through the mud and exposing the darkest corners of the entertainment industry. Buckle up, because this is a story you won't believe. It all started with what seemed like a straightforward accusation. Blake Lively filed a complaint against her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni, claiming he made her uncomfortable on set. The media ran with the story, painting Baldoni as the latest Hollywood villain. The Me Too movement had taken down bigger names before. Surely this was just another domino to fall. But here's where things took a turn no one expected. Instead of lying down and taking the hit, Baldoni fought back. Hard. He denied every allegation. And within days, he filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, accusing them of spreading a false narrative without evidence. And that was just the beginning. What happened next turned this into the most dramatic Hollywood fallout in years. Baldoni didn't stop at the media. He went after Lively herself, hitting her with a $400 million defamation lawsuit, not just against her, but against her husband, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist, Leslie Sloan. The accusations: extortion, smear campaigns, and a desperate attempt to sabotage his career. And the evidence? It was damning. Leaked emails, text messages, and behind-the-scenes footage started to surface. And they told a very different story from what Blake Lively wanted people to believe. In one exchange, Lively appeared to be personally inviting Baldoni to her trailer. Hardly the behavior of someone who felt uncomfortable around him. Even more shocking, messages where she praised Baldoni's work ethic and leadership, calling him a ball buster in a joking manner. But now, she was claiming he made her feel unsafe. It was a contradiction that even the media couldn't ignore. As the legal battle heated up, Lively tried to strengthen her case. She brought in two other women who claimed Baldoni made them uncomfortable. It was a desperate move, but Hollywood had seen this playbook before. The problem? Their claims lacked hard evidence. Then came the biggest blow of all. Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, erased Blake Lively from her social media. No promotion, no support, nothing. A clear sign that even the film's creator didn't want to be associated with her anymore. And if that wasn't bad enough, Hollywood was turning on her. The same industry that once adored her was now backing away, quietly distancing itself from the growing controversy. At first, Ryan Reynolds stood by his wife. He made appearances, tried to spin the narrative, even joked about the situation on Saturday Night Live. But the public wasn't laughing. Instead, they were asking, if Blake's allegations were so serious, why was Ryan treating them like a joke? And the damage didn't stop there. Reynolds' business empire, Aviation Gin, Mint Mobile, Wrexham FC, depended on his carefully curated public image. And now, that image was taking a massive hit. Brands started questioning their partnerships. And suddenly, Ryan Reynolds wasn't just defending his wife, he was defending his entire fortune. And here's where it gets really interesting. Behind the scenes, sources claim Reynolds is considering distancing himself from Blake altogether. Think about it. If she loses this lawsuit, she could be on the hook for hundreds of millions of dollars. Ryan's fortune is not just sitting in a bank account, it's tied up in investments. And no matter how much he loves Blake, would he really risk his entire career to save her? Hollywood has seen this before. When things get too messy, people jump ship. And right now, Ryan Reynolds might be looking for the nearest exit. The court battle was brutal. Every motion her legal team filed, denied, one after another. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in real time. And then came the final nail in the coffin, the gag order. Lively's team begged the judge to silence Baldoni's lawyers, to stop them from publicly revealing more evidence. The judge's response? A resounding no. That meant Baldoni's team had free rein to expose every single lie, contradiction, and manipulation. The public was going to see everything. And if you thought things couldn't get worse for Blake, you'd be wrong. In the entertainment industry, silence speaks louder than words, and the silence around Blake Lively, deafening. Where were her A-list friends? Where were the public statements of support from her past co-stars? Scarlett Johansson, silent. Taylor Swift, nowhere to be found. Even her Gossip Girl castmates, people she worked with for 6 years, weren't saying a word. And then there was the New York Times, the same publication that had initially backed her. Quietly, they started backing away from her story. They weren't doubling down. They weren't defending her anymore. They saw the writing on the wall. In the entertainment industry, silence speaks louder than words, and the silence around Blake Lively, deafening. Where were her A-list friends? Where were the public statements of support from her past co-stars? Scarlett Johansson, silent. Taylor Swift, nowhere to be found. Even her Gossip Girl castmates, people she worked with for 6 years, weren't saying a word. And then there was the New York Times, the same publication that had initially backed her. Quietly, they started backing away from her story. They weren't doubling down. They weren't defending her anymore. They saw the writing on the wall. Lively's estimated net worth, $50 million. Baldoni's lawsuit alone could wipe her out financially. And Ryan, his $350 million might be tied up in investments, but even he can't pull out hundreds of millions overnight. If she loses, she won't just lose money. She'll lose everything. Hollywood has no place for actors who lose high-profile defamation lawsuits. Just ask Amber Heard. She thought she could take on Johnny Depp and walk away victorious. Instead, she's blacklisted from the industry and living in Spain. That's what Blake Lively is facing. Studios won't touch her. Brands won't sign her. Even if she somehow avoids financial ruin, her career is over. Blake Lively thought she could destroy Justin Baldoni, but instead, she's the one being destroyed. The public has turned against her. Hollywood has abandoned her. And now, she's looking at a $400 million nightmare that she might never escape. And the best part? This might just be the beginning.
Justin Baldoni is finally speaking about how exhausted he is from the year of emotional stress dealing with It Ends With Us. His holidays ruined, and now his whole career is attempted to be ruined by Blake and the lawsuit. So I can only imagine if he was this tough before it all dropped, imagine how much tougher it was after.
I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year. I had anxiety because I'm not feeling like my full self. And yet I came today despite, no sleep and not feeling great and, all of the barriers. A lot of material success and a lot of emotional stress. It's very hard on me and my family.
Blake Lively played the game, but she played it wrong. She thought she could twist the narrative, control the media, and walk away as the hero. But the truth doesn't bend so easily. Justin Baldoni fought back. The public saw through the lies. And now, Blake Lively's career, reputation, and future hang by a thread. And at this point, there's no coming back from this. What do you think? Was this a setup, or did Blake Lively make the biggest mistake of her career? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into Hollywood's biggest scandals.